to share an unfortunate experience I had as a seller on Etsy. I think that maybe some people would like to know about this, and I hope you'll watch this video and give it some thought, and comment below if you want to give me some of your thoughts. I sell brand new vintage craft books, beautiful books, and I don't get a lot of sales. I've been selling for 2 years, but I'm just a casual seller, and I typically get really good reviews because I pride myself on good service, and my reviews reflect that, except for one. I got a 1-star review because I had sent an item, and the item was sent and it was delivered based on the tracking number, and it's all there on Etsy to see. And unfortunately, Canada Post delivered the item to the wrong address, even though the address that I put on the package was, of course, the address that was listed as per the customer, what she said her address was. And the buyer, in her haste, decided to give me a 1-star review. And I had been trying to work this out with the customer. I told her I was sorry this happened. I suggested she call Canada Post to see if maybe the item got lost. When she didn't do that and gave me a 1-star review, I took it upon myself to contact Canada Post, started a case with them, and lo and behold, the package was delivered to the wrong address. And I started a whole case with them and tried to work it out and followed through with the customer, and I have all the correspondence there. And I contacted Etsy because Etsy has policies for their reviews, and they don't allow negative reviews for certain conditions. And one of those conditions, number 6 in their review policies, if it's something that's out of the seller's control, then it is against their policy. They're not allowed to leave these bad reviews. And it's a 1-star review. It's going to affect my reputation as a seller. So I contacted Etsy, which was not easy to do as a seller. They don't make it easy. And I ended up speaking to somebody, and she was completely understanding. And then she put me through to the proper department, and I got emails, and I'm going to show you the email correspondence. And they're not going to change the review. They're saying that it doesn't go against their policy. And it turns out, because I didn't buy their shipping labels, because I ship it myself. Honestly, I haven't used my printer in so long, because if anybody who has a printer knows, the ink is so exorbitantly expensive, and I haven't had the use for a printer. So I just go to the post office and I send my packages. I don't sell a ton of things that I have to get fancy about how I send things. I go to the post office like anybody else who wants to send things. They will not change the review. And in my correspondence with the buyer, she actually created a new review that was a 5-star review. She was apologetic, but she stated that she didn't know how to go about changing the review. So instead of trying to find out, she disappeared. I solved the case, tried to reach her, and she's gone. But you would think that Etsy would help me out on this as a seller, because if I make money, they make money. So hopefully you'll watch what I have to show you and give me your comments below. Let me know what you think. So here you're going to see Etsy's review policies, notice number 6. And now you're going to see all of my correspondence. Feel free to pause where you need to, but you're going to see where the customer is starting to understand that this was out of my control. She saw that I was trying to help her, and you will see that she created an alternate review, which is 5-star instead of 1-star. All of this was shared with Etsy, who still refuses to change the review. So I'm talking about doing the claim with Etsy, with Canada Post. And they acknowledged that the package was in fact delivered to the wrong address. And the buyer was trying to figure out how she should go about changing the review, but she said she couldn't figure. Here you'll see her 5-star review that she wished to upload, and this was something that was definitely shared with Etsy. So that alone should make them see that the customer's opinion changed. So here the customer is showing interest in doing what she needs to do, but can't figure it out, and then she just disappeared. And here for your reference is her review, which you can take a closer look at, which never got changed. This is the first email that I got from Jordan from Etsy. Clearly, he did not read everything that I sent him. He did not look at the correspondence from the buyer. He says this is their automated stuff. By law, they're prevented from interfering with consumer opinion, but her opinion obviously changed. If they would have taken the time to read the correspondence, they would have seen that. You're welcome to continue working with your buyer. Clearly, I worked with her up until the end, and then she disappeared, but not before she mentioned that she wants to change the review. Warmly, Jordan. Didn't feel so warm to me. Felt like a lack of support for sellers. So you will see next my response. This is my first response of many, and I had 2 other people who came around and responded to me, but with the same results. I'm questioning how it's possible that this review does not go against their policy, pointing out that the buyer did want to change her review, making it very clear. Explaining everything that was done with Canada Post. To no avail, unfortunately. I decided to send a secondary email because I felt that Jordan didn't understand and I wanted him to look at the correspondence between myself and the buyer. But you'll see in his next email to me that clearly we weren't on the same wavelength here. Thanks for following up with me about this. Okay. It's a challenging time. Yeah, challenging dealing with Etsy. Buyers are permitted to leave reviews. It's their opinion, but she clearly wanted to change it. If you're finding the current
delivery time estimates are inaccurate. You manually set your own estimated delivery. Nothing to do with this. The rest of this is all nonsense. Share updates with your buyer. It has nothing to do with the situation based on the correspondence. Very frustrating. And what comes next? More frustration. And I let him know. I told him I don't think he understands. And I thought he sent me an automated response. The issue wasn't the delivery time. Didn't I make that clear? Feel free to pause at any time to look over this. I tried to communicate as well as I could. Really difficult. And in fact, I had 2 other people get back to me with the same response. They're not going to change this review. They're not going to eliminate the bad review. Here comes another great response. I appreciate you getting back to me here. Now wait for the part where he says that I didn't use shipping labels. Watch this. While I understand there was a tracking number associated with this order, an Etsy shipping label wasn't used. What does that have to do with anything? We're unable to determine when and where this tracking information was set up to deliver to. It was obvious that the package got delivered. It was clear, and it was obvious that the buyer wanted to change a review. Warmly, Jordan. No, there's no support for sellers here. And I'm going to show you a little bit of my little shop. I sell books currently, but you're going to see updates of things that I plan to sell and some reviews as well. So here's what I sell now. And this is just a little bit more of my shop. And I want you to see the different reviews that I have, most of them being positive. 5-star, very least 4-star. I don't have a lot because I don't sell a lot, but you will notice this 1-star review, just one. And all it says is that I didn't receive my package. There it is. Did not receive my package. Didn't get it. And you'll see my response as well. And if Etsy would like to rectify the situation, I have some little sneak peeks of things that I'd like to sell. There are some ornaments I currently sell. And these are the types of things that I will be creating to sell. But if Etsy is being difficult, how can I rely on Etsy? It's quite impossible. So although currently I'm selling mostly books, I am a crocheter and I would love to be able to sell some of my things, but I really need to be supported as a seller by Etsy. And what's going on now is just a clear indication that I may have to go elsewhere and sell my things somewhere else. Thank you for watching my incident. I hope you'll comment below. Let me know what you think. And again, here is the correspondence between myself and the buyer. And I felt that it was really important to share this for anybody who's interested in buying from Etsy or selling through Etsy, they need to really up their standards on how they support their sellers. Because really, if I sell, they profit. And what they're doing is basically hurting themselves as well. Again, there's the review that the buyer wanted to change to, her updated review. And all that Etsy needs to do is change it. Thanks for watching.